Welcome to Fast Fridays presented by Maconi Setup Shop. Tonight, we're taking the NASCAR trucks to Lime Rock Park, where we will see how they will perform on the road course. For those of you who haven't joined us before, Fast Fridays is a weekly series by Maconi Setup Shop featuring a varying car and track combination that is completely free to take part in. Yes, folks, I said free, F-R-E-E, to come and race here in the broadcasted race. And remember, folks, you help decide the car and track combination every week by voting on the Maconi Setup Shop social media pages. So make sure to go follow along and vote for who you want to see next. My name is Jake Reeves, and joining me in the booth is Robert Hill with Ryan Bauer, the bearded sim racer, working the controls as our producer and using cameras provided by Dougie Beard. And Robert, these trucks are going to be a handful for these drivers on the twists and turns of Lime Rock. What can we expect to see here tonight?
Yeah, we're going to expect to see short track racing on a road course here tonight. This has been dubbed the bull ring of the road racing community. You're going to see some deep action down into turn number one here, where you're going to probably have some drivers run each other over on the start of the race, which should make for some good content a little bit later. But on the start, probably some tempers right off the bat. We're also going to get through the windy portion to begin this track, leading up to an uphill portion, which does, unfortunately for these drivers, lead to an unsettled truck and could lead to some spins and potentially some massive collecting of trucks as we head down the long straightaway towards the front straight to complete the first lap here. 1.5 miles here in Lakeville, Connecticut is the distance of this racetrack. And tonight, of course, we do have a halfway caution, which will allow these drivers to re-rack, restack, and go again.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome to see right there. Check it out right here. Going to be right here for November 2023, Saturday for the boys, November 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Benefiting November is going to be 100 laps, 250 miles at Daytona. So everybody try to get in that if you have not already got in it. There you see the schedule on the screen and how everything works. Great benefit to be a part of right here. So if you can sign up for it, get involved. It is going to be a fantastic race on November the 25th. But here we go. Looks like qualifying is done. And Joshua Crane's going to be smack dab right on the front row of the number 40 truck. Right beside him is going to be Sean Langton. Right beside him, Jeremiah Arnold will be in that third spot with Daniel Mosteller. He's one of those guys that we see on the Monday night series in the C-Fix Truck series. Saw him also Monday night as well. And then going to be right behind them, Casey Brunson will be in that fifth spot. Going to have Jacob Samenta in that sixth spot. Kyle Stewart and Jeffrey Maconi, the boss man himself, will be in that eighth spot. Then Justin Gledhill will be ninth, and right behind them in the 10th spot will be Logan Wilson.
Just outside the top 10, starting 11th tonight in the 43 is Brandon Evans, alongside the 200 machine of Tommy Cook. Just behind them in row number 7, the 4 of Tyler Curley, alongside the 73 of Jeffrey Eddy, rolling off 14th. Row number 8, we find Padone Uno rolling off 15th in car 82, alongside the 34 of Laquan McCoy. Starting just behind them in row number 9, Laquan McCoy, number 2 in the 38, alongside the 00 of Justin Dews. And in the 10th row here tonight, the 6 of Jeremiah Forbes, alongside the 64 of Joey Misevich. And that is your top 20 here at Lime Rock.
A lot of faces that we have usually seen here on Fast Fridays. Obviously Jeffrey Maconi, obviously Brandon Evans, and obviously Joey Misevich. Those three drivers, sponsored drivers with Maconi Setup Shop. And check it out right here. Here's your weather right here. 69 degrees for the air temp, track temp 70 degrees. Got a little bit of a wind going on out there at about 5 miles an hour. So, you know, now it's up to 6 now. So that sucker may be going up and down as we see right here. Here's the two driver cams. Jeff Maconi on the left side, got Brandon Evans right there zoned in big time. And, you know, that rig right there, we talked about it on previous broadcasts. Just look how that rig will bounce around big time. We've even seen it at Old Atlanta where he actually had to turn it down, Robert, because it was just bumping him around so much. Looks like he may actually have that thing maxed out. And just look how much it's moving right there.
Yeah, definitely hope he has the seatbelts on that thing, because when he goes through the uphill portion of the racetrack today, he may leave the seat with how bouncy this thing can be. And I just love the new rigs and the styles that they've come out with. You are getting as close as you possibly can to the real thing without that very pricey price tag that it takes to run in the real world.
And you see right here, the race analysis is going to be 30 laps, as Robert mentioned. They will have a comp caution at lap 17, pit road speed limit 35. There is no bill on the tires right here. 3 green, white checkered attempts, 1 faster pair, and obviously, and as always, custom fix setup by Maconi Setup Shop. But here we go, Joshua Crane coming down the hill. Got Langton right beside of him, and then Arnold and Mosteller in the first 2 rows. Pace car starting to ease its way around to the front stretch. Gonna get it down here where pit road is. Pace car begins to pull off, gets out of the way. Crane, Langton, Arnold, Mosteller, that is the first 4 trucks that will see the green flag as Crane is on the gas. Langton is on the gas as well. A couple of drivers back here getting into the grass just a little bit, just trying to get woe down here in this first corner, as we've already got Brandon Evans sliding off in the grass. A couple of guys almost getting hooked back here in the back. But up front, still side by side between Crane and Langton as they go through the S's.
Yeah, big pile up towards the rear. Timothy Powell finds himself knee deep into the outside wall in his number 75 Time Machine. Going to get that machine gathered back up. But up front, it is Josh Crane out front in car number 40, ahead of the 8 of Sean Langton. Langton going to look to get a run here as we head towards the uphill portion of the racetrack for the first time here today. Going to be getting to that here momentarily. Definitely going to be an opportunity to potentially pounce and go for that first pass as Langton gets absolutely sideways here on the front straightaway. That truck already out of control.
Langton just almost lost it, for some of my friends that love to hear me say that right there. He just straight up almost lost it. And Crane, not too far behind him, almost lost it as well. He's actually in a big-time battle with Mosteller, who is all up in his tailgate. Jeremiah Arnold actually getting up Mosteller's tailgate. These 4 drivers trying to separate themselves from the pack, but Brunson trying to make a shot up here. Cementa also trying to make a shot, but Langton still being able to hold on to that truck as much as he possibly can and trying to hold on to this lead, but Crane trying to put the pressure to it.
Yeah, as you just saw on board there with Kyle Stewart and truck number 41 trying to chase down the Jeff Maconi machine, and Maconi ended up going off the racetrack as we do see a pass for second position. It's Mosteller on the right side, Crane off on the left here, as Mosteller going to get the advantage down into turn number 1, going to clear the Josh Crane machine as they're going to continue through the flat portions of the racetrack, which can offer up an opportunity here for the drivers to close up, heading into a bit of a medium length straightaway before getting to the uphill portion, presenting a good opportunity to set up for a nice pass here.
And these guys back here still battling it out. Mosteller and Crane trying to just get where they can get, but Langton has nobody even around him. He is starting to check out from the rest of the field. Mosteller still running in second, Crane third. Arnold still back here riding comfortably in that 4th spot. Brunson in 5th. A couple of other drivers back here. We find Brandon Evans. He was one of those guys that slipped off the track, literally cut the apron or cut the track going into the first turn. He was able to hold on to it, still just relatively a little bit outside of that top 10 right now. But as you saw right there, Joey Masevich, he's got a handful of his truck trying to make sure he can hold on to it as well. Everybody's got a handful of it. Check that out right here in front of Evans. That is Uno right in front of him, just still sideways, trying to grab the truck, trying to get it going. And now Evans is going to get passed right here by Jeremiah Forbes, and they're spinning right in front of him. Another one in the grass as well. Another one coming back on the track. Wow, landmines all over the place here at Lime Rock.
Yeah, landmines indeed, as trucks going left, right, and just about everywhere. Just saw the Tyler Eddy machine go off the racetrack. Another truck going deep off on the right side there as well, as these drivers dealing with some issues early on as they adapt to the racetrack and the different conditions that they're going to get as the track does develop here. As you see, riding on board with Jacob Smetana, currently working his way up towards the rear end of the Casey Brunson machine. Brunson running fifth now, trying to chase down Jeremiah Arnold as they go by a stopped car out there on the racetrack. But got to keep in mind that these drivers are only about 10 laps away from a competition caution that's going to give us an opportunity to re-rack and restack. Here's Langton now coming up on the tail of a lapped car, so going to be dealing with a little bit of lap traffic here, which may offer an opportunity to Mosteller to close up that gap and work his way forward as Mosteller now catches up to the slower lap truck. That is the 75 that we saw go off the racetrack not too long ago. That is Timothy Powell, who is dealing with some issues in that tie truck. Going to be looking forward to that competition caution, an opportunity for him to potentially get back on the lead lap and back into this one.
Yeah, and Langton's still working pretty good. Got a little bit of a second lead, give or take, but Mosteller's starting to kind of reel him in right there. You see the intervals on your screen. A couple other drivers back here just trying to see if they can hold on to what they got. I mean, everybody's really starting to get spread out all the way around the track with the likes of Brandon Evans once again riding on board with him, as one of them went straight into the fence right there, trying to get exactly who that was, but went straight into the fence right in front of Jeffrey Maconi. But check it out, Evans still trying to hold on to it. You see a lot of shifting, trying to downshift it, trying to get it into that third gear, come all the way up the hill. And Robert, you talked about it right there. Look how much he's bouncing around in that rig, sideways, saving it as he's trying to come back down the hill and get back to the start-finish line. And you can look at his eyes. Look at his eyes right there, folks. He is hungry to try to get up here and have him another night to try to get up here and get him a win here at Fast Fridays. He is very hungry here at Lime Rock.
Yeah, you can see the hunger in the eyes of the Brandon Evans machine. Truck 39 out there, very beautiful red and black chrome Maconi Setup Shop truck. As we're watching a replay here, Aaron Shiflett looks like he's going to come upon some issues here in truck 31. Yeah, this is going to happen quite a bit here tonight. That's probably not going to happen too much, though, as the 31 goes way off the racetrack and comes back on, collecting another vehicle. And now swapping over here, we're going to ride on board with the 76 of Wilson here. Just like we mentioned, up the uphill portion of the racetrack, the truck becomes unsettled, and Logan Wilson ends up nose deep into the tire barrier, and that's definitely not the feeling that these drivers want to have.
Wow, Forbes almost got T-boned right there by Shiflett. I mean, just honestly enough, I mean, send it Shiflett, as we've been talking about, is here we go. Battle for the lead. Mosteller all up in the back of it. He literally had all four tires off of that bad boy all the way in the air. He is riding it like a bull at the PBR finals right now. Mosteller trying to get up here, get in behind Langton as they're starting to catch some lap traffic on the front stretch.
I absolutely love that turn here, but the term that you just used about being like a bull, but that is exactly what it is, as we do see a truck going off right ahead of the leaders here. Two trucks coming together there, but that doesn't matter at this point. Sean Langton, Daniel Mosteller dealing with a lot of lap traffic, dealing with some tires going off here about 5 laps from that competition caution. But this is going to get very interesting here, as it looks like Langton going to catch another lap truck as they head for the uphill portion, gets right to the rear bumper of that machine. He goes off on the left side, and Mosteller nearly loses it behind him there. Now going to be able to get through past the lap truck as well. That could have been a big deal, as Langton puts 2 left side tires off. Here comes Mosteller with a run as they head towards the front straightaway, and he might have an opportunity to set himself up here heading to turn number 1.
And he is straight up digging right here, but honestly, do not count out Jeremiah Arnold and Joshua Crane. They are 3 seconds back from Langton and Mosteller. So both of these guys up here, we've seen a bunch of lap cars that Langton and Mosteller has been able to catch, and it's been very, very treacherous for both of these drivers to try to get through every bit of it. But with so many lap cars, it is a possibility that they can get involved in some of this, and Crane and Arnold can be right there to capitalize on it. As you see Langton right here and Mosteller coming right up the hill. One car off in the side right there. Wow, Mosteller, all four wheels once again. Here's some more lap traffic. Langton getting in it right here. These guys can't relax any time at Lime Rock as Langton got stacked up behind the lap trucks. Mosteller stuck it around him, dirt tracking it off the last corner, and Mosteller takes the lead here at Lime Rock.
Yeah, you mentioned the lead change. We also have a incident here just about for that battle in position 3 and 4 between Crane and Arnold, nearly coming together as they're dealing with some lap traffic up ahead of them there. That is the one machine that you see just at side-by-side, 2 lap trucks. Exactly, just like a parking lot out here ahead of them. The 40 of Crane struggling to get by as the 2 lap trucks nearly come together. They're still beating and banging off of each other here. That's not what Josh Crane wants to see, as he's going to take a dive to the right side as they head to the uphill portion. We'll see if he gets by this time. Gets a little bit squirrely going uphill. Gets sideways there. Oh no, as Jeremiah Arnold gets caught up by the lap truck spinning right ahead of them there. So absolutely no opportunity to take a breath here. If you're looking for a sip of water, you might as well throw the bottle right off the table, because you're not getting a chance to use it here tonight.
Yeah, I basically threw mine over there in the trash can. There's no sense in even trying to get to it. Check it out right here. Mosteller still holding on to the lead. Langton right behind him, still trying to fight through some of this lap traffic. Mosteller still putting down a pretty good pace, but Langton able to stay right behind him. Wow, Langton dirt tracking it once again as they go through this portion of the track, back on the back part of it. Here we go. Here we go over the hill. Listen to this. Wow, I mean, them RPMs jumping up big time. That's how much air. These guys are getting more air than Maverick in Top Gun Maverick in his fighter jet. I'm telling you, these guys getting so much air as they come over that hill. But Mosteller, now Langton, they are now getting a little bit of a breathing room now. Nobody's around them as we are coming pretty close to that halfway mark of getting right here. Check this out. Here comes Maconi. He's trying to get through it, trying to slide through. Got the 48 right in front of him. 48 comes down. Maconi tries to get out of the gas, slams on the brakes. Wow, I mean, landmines everywhere. And then another guy slides off the track, slides right in front of Maconi. Wow, he has got his hands full. I'm telling you, that VR has got to be full at this point with just trucks going absolutely everywhere.
That same truck got off the racetrack twice in front of Jeff Maconi there on that lap in about 2 turns. And Jeff definitely sweating a little bit more after that one. Finds himself currently running in the 8th position. I do want to quickly point out Jeremiah Forbes up 13 spots from the start of this one. Currently running in position number 6. Started 19th towards the tail of the field now. Has an opportunity on this upcoming restart that we're going to get in about a lap or so. Well, we're going to go under caution in a lap or so. So a few laps away for Forbes, but don't count out that truck as we do see Forbes coming pit side. So a little bit of pit strategy here by the driver of the number 16 machine, Jeremiah Forbes, or the 6 machine, sorry, as he is coming pit side, getting some tires, get some fuel, as it does look like Daniel Mosteller coming up on another tough battle here. Brandon Evans, look at that face. He is absolutely in this. If you want to see a driver that's dedicated to making a pass, that's Brandon Evans, as he is all over that truck ahead of him currently. That is the 51 of Justin Gledhill. Gledhill struggling a little bit more than Evans right now, as Evans just putting everything he has into this opportunity.
I'll say this, you know, I've known Brandon Evans for quite some time, and I've never seen him with that much fire and intensity that you saw right there on his face. He really wants to get up here and get a good finish here tonight. Look at how focused he is, and he is rolling right here, and caution is on the speedway, so looks like they're going to split it right down the middle, right at lap 15. And now Brandon Evans is able to take a breath. Everybody able to take a breath as Langton will be the leader, and we'll see exactly what happens right here, but we'll check out some of these pit stops after we take a quick commercial break. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will return.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Well, folks, I'm telling you right now, that first 15 laps was an absolute blast here at Lime Rock. I mean, I'm still tongue-tied from all of the crazy stuff that we've seen here this evening at Lime Rock. So welcome back to Fast Fridays. My name is Jake Reeves. We got Robert Hill in the booth with the bearded sim racer, Ryan Bauer, on the producing. And Robert, I'm telling you, I mean, what's your take of this first 15 laps? Because I'm telling you, I'm as shocked as most people is at this point of how this whole race has went.
Yeah, we've seen some phenomenal battles thus far in this race. A lot of beating and banging, and just as we expected, the uphill portion of this racetrack offering a challenge to these drivers tonight. But just looking at these drivers as they come off of pit road here, Jeremiah Forbes started 19th, now leads with the strategy of coming down pit side 1 lap before the caution flag. So strategy coming into play here, and some very strong trucks going to be up front on this upcoming restart.
And folks, if you want to be fast on the track, none of this is possible without Maconi Setup Shop, the official setup shop of eNASCAR. I am a proud sponsored driver with Maconi Setup Shop, so I've picked up my pace big time with these guys, with Jeff and Joey and Brandon Evans. If you want to be able to join the team, if you want to get the setups that has the speed to get you up to the front and get you some wins on iRacing, go over to the website, www.MaconiSetupShop.com. Get those setups, get the speed, and you will be guaranteed to get some wins on iRacing. And also, plugging it one more time with the Movember 2023 Saturday for the boys, November 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That 250 miles at Daytona is going to be an absolute blast. Sign up today. There's the website on the screen, MaconiSetupShop.com/event signups. It will be a blast. And folks, Pace Lights is out. And as Robert mentioned, Jeremiah Forbes going to be on that front row. Logan Wilson talked about him. He was one of those guys that actually nosed it into the guardrail a while ago. He will restart in that second spot. And then right behind him, the 2 guys that was battling it out for the lead, Mosteller and Langton, will be in that second row. And you just saw Jeffrey Maconi and Brandon Evans. They look like they are eager to get this bad boy going. 13 laps of survival. It'll be 12 laps when they get back to the line. And that's exactly what I've seen, folks. It's all about survival. It's all about if you can get around and not get caught up in somebody else's mess, you're going to have a shot to win at Fast Fridays. You're going to have a shot to get a good finish. You may even have a shot to have a clean truck at the end of every bit of this. But here we go. We will see who gets the win as they will settle it out for 12 more laps. Pace cars pulls off Jeremiah Forbes, Logan Wilson, Daniel Mosteller, Sean Langton, Jeremiah Arnold, Joshua Crane. That's the top 6 as the green flag flies as Forbes jumps back up to the top. Watch them as they go into turn 1. This could be a huge stack up with some of these guys. Langton actually jumped the curb, able to keep it safe. Everybody else looking like they're getting through very cleanly until the 76. Logan Wilson goes around. Big pile up. Joey Masavage gets involved. Number of other drivers in Heartbreak Corner, the way I'm going to call it, in the first corner. A bunch of drivers getting spun around. Joey Masavage, all of them, when Logan Wilson got turned in Heartbreak Corner, turn 1.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate incident there as we do have a battle brewing here for the race lead. Currently, Forbes out front, but Mosteller wants to get back to where he's made his home here tonight out front. Just behind him is the 8 car of Sean Langton. Langton's been very strong here tonight as well. Mosteller going to take a look on the right side of Forbes, or left side of Forbes, as they head down the front straightaway towards turn number 1. Forbes going to have the advantage here as the 8 of Langton nearly sticks his nose underneath the Mosteller machine. Mosteller getting a little bit sideways there on the curbing just behind Forbes. Forbes, your leader. Here comes Langton again looking to the left side of Mosteller. The battle here for second is a continuance of what we saw for the race lead not too long ago, as we're going to be coming around to just 10 to go here. And this is flying by tonight as these drivers now 3 trucks under a blank for the race lead as Langton gets sideways and goes off the racetrack. What a catch by Sean Langton there as Mosteller goes to the right of the 6 car of Forbes here, coming up on lap traffic, nearly wipe each other out as the battle definitely going through the roof here as we're coming around to take 10 to go.
These guys are driving like they're being chased by Roscoe P. Coltrane in the Dukes of Hazzard. Every single one of them sliding around. Here we go. Forbes down on the bottom. Mosteller up on the top side. Langton is sending it big time. Tell Uncle Jesse to get the whiskey ready because these boys are coming to the house, son. Forbes trying to hold on to it. Mosteller still trying to put the pressure with Langton right behind him. And now here comes Casey Brunson up here trying to make it a 4-horse race with Langton trying to hold on as much as he possibly can.
Contact once again between Mosteller and Forbes. Forbes holds onto it as Mosteller goes off in the grass. Mosteller now going to gather it back up, but here comes Langton. Langton to the rear bumper of the Mosteller machine, like you mentioned. The 4th place truck, Casey Brunson, now on scene as these 3 trucks battling for the lead come together once again. Mosteller and Langton going to be side by side, but I think Mosteller going to be prepared to send it a little deeper. Here's Langton to the left side of Forbes. Forbes now edges out to the race lead. Mosteller nearly goes to his inside. Contact between the 8 truck and the 87. Mosteller and Langton once again, as Langton going to clear back to second, set his sights on the Jeremiah Forbes machine. The battle's absolutely jumping through the roof here as we ride on board with Jeff Maconi, currently working his way up to 5th, and he's on the scene. He's ready. He wants to lick it and stick it and send his way to the podium as he currently finds himself 5th on the track just behind Casey Brunson, and the battle for the lead.
5-truck breakaway. Jeremiah Forbes still leads. Mosteller is sitting in the 3rd spot now with Langton going up to 2nd. Casey Brunson running in 4th, and Jeffrey Maconi. That is the top 5, and that is all she wrote at this point. Brandon Evans about 4 seconds back from the lead. As you see these 5 trucks right here, these 5 are the ones that's got a real good shot at trying to win this thing, unless all 5 of them get piled up by this lap truck as they're coming into the backstretch. Langton actually gets into the lap truck, sends him off the track. Mosteller, Brunson able to sneak by. Now Mosteller getting into the lap truck right in front of Langton. Langton gets into him. Wow, hard contact. These guys all over the place. A big pile up back there with Brandon Evans getting involved.
That was the 11 truck of Jason Golan that lost it in front of the leaders. You see the nose of Brandon Evans' machine just absolutely destroyed. You can see it on his face there, just emotionally damaged after that one. And There is indeed a fast repair that Brandon Evans can use, so you never know, may have an opportunity to get back out there and work his way forward, trying to gather whatever he can out of his efforts here tonight. But out front, Jeremiah Forbes now pulling away nearly a second over Daniel Monsteller, who has nearly a second himself over Sean Langton. Langton under pressure here from Casey Brunson. That's your battle for third and fourth. Jeff Maconi lost a little bit of time in that shuffle, but now charging his way back towards the top four. And that battle for the third position is once again Langton getting sideways off the hill portion of the racetrack, gathering it back up and continuing on here in position number 3 as we're going to come around and face just 6 laps to go.
Forbes still holding on to it as much as he possibly can, but Monsteller has took a couple of shots at him. He may be laying back just a little bit to have that last lap shootout with him. Here comes Langton still riding in that third spot. Brunson still in fourth. Maconi in fifth. You got to go all the way back to Jacob Samenta, all the way back here in the 6th spot. He is way back here, 18 seconds back from the top 5 drivers that are running. There you see Samenta trying to get around another lap truck. But we're going to keep the battle up front as Brunson starting to put a little bit of a pressure right here on Langton. Brunson actually blinking out just a little bit, but here we go. Battle for the lead. Monsteller, he's going to get up onto the back bumper of Forbes. He ain't waiting to the last lap. He wants to try to take it right here with 5 to go as they come off the last turn. Monsteller completely sideways, Tokyo drifting it as they hit the line. 5 laps to go. Forbes down on the bottom. Monsteller going to take a shot to the top side. We'll see if he can make it stick. Forbes slides. Langton sends it in right behind him. Monsteller all up in the back bumper of Forbes as they go through the S's. Monsteller almost loses it as they go through the S's.
Monsteller chasing down Forbes here as Langton now finds himself back in that top 3. Monsteller has to be strategic here if he's going to use that bumper to move the Jeremiah Forbes machine, because a bump gone wrong could lead to falling from the lead all the way back to the clutches of Jacob Smetana, who finds himself way back as Monsteller looks to the left side of Forbes, gives him a little bit of a nudge there. Here comes Langton once again. 3 cars under the blanket. Here comes Brunson. He wants to join in on movie night, get himself under that blanket, and continue the charge forward as here we come. Forbes absolutely blocking the Monsteller machine. Monsteller looks left. He looks right. He cuts through the back of the Forbes machine, now pushes Forbes wide. Here comes the 10 machine of Casey Brunson around. Brunson gets turned by Sean Langton, finds himself nose deep into the tire wall. Forbes going to win out on this one. Monsteller now to the left side, battling once again door to door, as it looks like Forbes going to win that battle as Langton gets into the rear of the Monsteller machine. Going to be coming to 3 to go this time as Monsteller going to take another charge here. The slobber knocker up the racetrack, up the hill, as here comes Langton to the rear end of the Forbes machine. Monsteller goes off. This is quite the battle here as we were nearly 3 wide. Langton doesn't care anymore. He's just going to charge through the side of Monsteller and try to get his way to that 2nd spot to set his eyes on Forbes.
It's a straight up street fight right here at Lime Rock. All 3 of them under a blanket, but with all of that battling with Langton and Monsteller, Forbes gets away just by a little bit. Forbes overshoots the corner, slides. Langton's going to shoot down to the bottom. Here comes Monsteller on the right side. He's going to try to get around. Both of them drifting, going through the corner. Wow, hard driving by both of them. Forbes sends it. Monsteller down to the bottom. Langton trying to get away as he sees it all as Forbes sends it completely off of the racetrack. Jeffrey Maconi going to slide right up here. He'll take the podium spot. Here we go. Big time showdown. Big time here at Lime Rock. Has anybody got anything for Sean Langton? We've seen it all at this point. We've seen Monsteller go up there and beat his back bumper in. We've seen Maconi just try to hold on and just try to get what he can get. We'll see how all this plays out as they come around to 2 laps to go. Has anybody got anything for Sean Langton?
Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. Like you mentioned here, Sean Langton out front over Daniel Monsteller, Jeff Maconi. Jeremiah Forbes has left the building. He's done for the day. That moves Jacob Smetana up to 4th, and Justin Gledhill finds himself 5th as we take a look here at Sean Langton. Started 2nd, been out front pretty much all night long, either himself or Monsteller or the portion of the race that we saw Forbes out front. But here comes Mostler trying to get back there. Just no opportunity really to close up. Is Langton going to catch up to some lap traffic? That was the opportunity Mostler wanted for Langton to get slowed up. As we're going to come around here, you see the 51, of Justin Gledhill comes to a stop. Was your 5th place truck, now finds himself out of contention. He was pretty far back as it was, as the white flag going to be displayed this time by 1 lap to go for Sean Langton.
Mosteller has sent it straight into the first corner. We'll see if he can get to the back bumper of Langton. They do have 2 trucks right up in front of them that could play a factor at the end of this race. There's the battle for the lead. Mosteller sees Langton right in front of him. Mosteller was actually a little bit faster than Langton that last lap. Here they go, down the back chute, through the S's, closing in on that lap traffic. Langton, not too many turns away from making it home. Here comes Mosteller, all 4 wheels completely in the air. He sends it one last shot, trying to get to Sean Langton. May not be enough, as here's the lap traffic smack dab in front of him, one of them in the middle of the track. Here comes Langton. Mosteller spins it out. He's not going to be able to get it done. Sean Langton in the number 8 survives and gets a hell of a finish here tonight at Fast Fridays. Langton burns it down in the first turn. Wow, what a race, Robert. That was absolutely a blast to see every bit of that.
What a drive by Sean Langton here tonight. Daniel Mosteller put everything that he had into his attempt to try to get back to the Langton machine, so much so that he ended up costing himself 2nd step on the podium. That's going to go to Jeff Maconi tonight, so the boss man taking home the silver hardware this evening. But what a battle we saw between Langton and Mosteller. Even Casey Brunson getting up into that battle. He ended up 15th tonight after what could have been a podium finish for that machine. The lap traffic getting a little bit spicy towards the end of this one. Thought it could change things, but Sean Langton going to be victorious.
I'm telling you, wow, that was an absolute barn burner all the way down to the end, folks. I mean, Langton's still burning it down. There you seen it. We'll check out the results right here for Fast Fridays. Sean Langton, we're going to actually go to a quick commercial break. We will be right back with the results and hopefully talk to Sean Langton and possibly even the boss man himself, Jeffrey Maconi. Don't go anywhere. We will return.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Folks, I'm telling you right now, that was an absolute blast. If you missed it, you missed out on a hell of a race right here with Sean Langton getting the win here tonight at Lime Rock. There you see the results. Sean Langton, Jeffrey Maconi, the boss man, able to sneak out second with Daniel Mosteller when he lost it off of the last corner. But Mosteller will be able to get third. How about Jacob Samanta? Didn't talk about him that much. There you see it from Central Eastern Europe. He's got a thing for some of these road courses. He was able to pull out a fourth place finish tonight, so good run for him. Joshua Crane started on the pole. He will finish fifth. Logan Wilson saw him actually get involved in about 2 or 3 different instances last night. Nosed it in the fence and then also got turned right after the caution. Here he is sitting and finishing in 6th. Brandon Evans, obviously a heartbreak for him. He will end up finishing 7th with Joey Misevich in 8th. Then you got Frederick Hofstetter in the 9th position. Those were the last drivers to finish on the lead lap. The first driver 1 lap down, Justin Gledhill in 10th.
Just behind him in the 11th spot, the 12 of Jeremiah Arnold coming home 2 laps down alongside the 73 of Jeffrey Eddy coming home 12th. 13th tonight, Gavin McCool out of Virginia alongside the Australian, the 6 of Jeremiah Forbes. Heartbreak for him as well. Looked like he had a good shot to take the victory, and this one ended up in the firewall and just not a good finish for him. Casey Brunson, another driver that was up in that battle at the end, coming home 15th. Trav McCracken coming home 16th. Tyler Curley 17th. Jason Golan in the 11 truck coming home 18th. Kyle Stewart 19th. And rounding up the top 20 tonight, Laquan McCoy.
Absolute barn burner right here at Lime Rock. It did not disappoint one bit. And here we go. Got Daniel Mosteller up here in the broadcast booth. And Daniel, I mean, what a finish. I mean, I know it's unfortunate. I know you wanted to be able to get the win tonight at Fast Fridays, but I mean, hell of a finish, man. Hell of a race. Tell us about it, bud.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love Lime Rock, and that's been on the poll for a really long time now, and I really wanted to do this combo, and finally got the chance to do it. And it really didn't disappoint. Kind of mad at myself that I couldn't win that. I felt like I could have won if we didn't get the midway yellow, but obviously that's part of the race. I thought I had a good strategy of pitting early to, avoid, maybe someone staying out or undercutting me before the yellow, and I did that. The pits were open on my end, but I had cars that were behind me when I exited the pits come out behind me, so I don't really know what that was about. If maybe I exited a close pit, I don't know, but it put me behind people that I guess already pit, and yeah, I couldn't really do anything once I got in traffic. I think it was the 6th car. He was blocking like crazy, and you can't really make a pass clean. We were all equal. Or we weren't equal, but he was really good in the parts he needed to be in, and I couldn't really do anything. And then Sean used the bumper on him, and I got to slow down when I was passing the other guy, so I couldn't actually like give Sean a run for his money. And then I self-split off the last corner trying to get everything I could.
Well, I'm telling you, it was an absolute fantastic finish. And Daniel, I mean, we've actually seen you a couple of times in some of these Fast Fridays. I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm not sure if you actually voted for this over the Legends at South Boston or how that all worked out. But, to try to get, other people to come and produce a turnout like this, what would be something that you would like to see for Fast Fridays? What kind of car and track combination would you like to see in the near future?
I don't really know of any specific car track combos, but I would love to see Stafford maybe as an option, or maybe more Lime Rock. I love Lime Rock. It's a hometown track for me. I've been there a couple times. It's really fun. Yeah, I mean, honestly, road courses in general, I love road courses. It's a lot of fun to slip and slide, and it produces really good racing like what we put on for you tonight.
I'll say this, it absolutely fooled me. I mean, honestly, coming out here beating and banging in the trucks, door banging, all that good stuff. We love it. But Daniel, before we let you go, have you got anybody that you want to thank that made this possible?
I want to thank y'all for broadcasting. Jeff, Joey, everybody for helping put this on. It's a lot of fun. Everybody that was racing, as I said, it was a really fun race. Wish I could have gotten the win, but it was a lot of fun.
Daniel Mosteller able to get third. He loved it, and we loved it too. Daniel, appreciate your time, bud.
Thank you.
That was Daniel Mosteller able to get the third place finish. And you heard it right there, Robert. He was so, I guess you could say, heartbroken because he really wanted to get that win tonight. But, Robert, have you caught up with the boss man himself, Jeffrey Maconi?
Yeah, standing by here with Jeff Maconi. Jeff, coming home second here tonight. Do you think there was something you might have been able to do differently during this event that would have given you a better shot at taking home the victory here tonight?
Absolutely not. I did everything that I possibly could to get the result that I did. I'm being told to take off my headset, so I'll do that in a second here. But yeah, I absolutely backed my way into that. I was 10th fastest in practice. I was 8th in qualifying, and so here's the thing. I did not pass a single car on track. I had one guy cross me over, and then I crossed him back. Other than that, I did not pass a single car on track. Everyone else just wrecked, and I didn't. So I don't think I could have done anything else to get a better result. I just got very lucky, yeah.
Well, luck was definitely on your side tonight, as throughout the event, we did see quite a bit of lap traffic ahead of you, just going about every direction. I think I saw the same truck spin in front of you 3 times in one lap. What was the biggest challenge that you faced throughout the event tonight, and how the heck did you back into a second place finish?
Definitely dodging wrecks was a big part of it. I dodged at least 3 of them. I think I got caught up in one where I just sort of bounced off of the guy, but it was very, very fun dodging all those cars because I didn't hit them, so that's what made it fun. If I had hit them, probably wouldn't be the same answer. But yeah, it was a really great time out there. But yeah, I would say the toughest part was dodging the trucks and keeping it on track myself, not overdriving it, and I got lucky. Of course, the one race that I do well in Fast Fridays is going to be trucks at Lime Rock, which has been on the Twitter poll for probably 6 to 9 months, where we put it on there every week, and then finally this week it won. So it was a lot of fun. We'll see what we run here in the future. I think Legends at South Boston was very popular. It tied, and then we did a runoff poll and ended up being trucks at Lime Rock that people wanted to run in the end.
And obviously your finish aside here tonight, did this race exceed your expectations coming into this one? Because we weren't too sure.
Absolutely. It was, I looked at it with about 30 minutes left in practice, and I saw that there were 30 people registered, and I was like, what is going on? Why are there so many people here? And then I think we had like 40 people turn laps in practice, and 31 took the green, I'm just being told, which is not at all what I was expecting. I was worried we wouldn't even have enough. So if we don't get 10 people, then we go to a backup plan of a more popular car track combo. I thought we were going to have to do that tonight, but we didn't. So, but yeah, we definitely were not very confident in the beginning, but I told the folks over at Maconi Setup Shop, Maconi Entertainment, Maconi Competitive Zone, Abruzzi Racewear, Ron the Snack Guy, Victory Sim, Movember, WSMN Broadcasting, and everyone else on the truck. I warned them, hey, I'm just gonna try and keep it on the track, and we end up coming home second. So I'm pretty happy with that, and that builds a lot of momentum going into next Saturday night's event. We're not going to run Fast Fridays next week, but we are going to have a big Saturday night event, the Movember charity race. There's so much going on. A lot of stuff in the works that I can't fully say what it is yet, but I can say that Movember has offered up a prize pack for the winner, so we're going to have that. But there's a lot more cool stuff in the works. As you can tell, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out over to Danica Katrick. I hope you can see her. I'm getting set up in this new office. That's why everything's blank, but she has fallen asleep on my desk. So everyone's having a good time here tonight, and we're going to go probably fall asleep just like she did. Right, Danica Katrick? Nothing.
Well, Jeff, congratulations on your runner-up finish tonight, and we wish you the best of luck next week in the big Saturday event, and have a nice night with Danica Katrick.
Thank you. I got Amelia Pernhardt upstairs, so we'll see. We'll see who's more in the mood for playing later.
All right, my friend. Have yourself a good night.
Thank you. You guys as well.
Well, Robert, I'm telling you right now, I mean, this right here, like he said, I mean, it exceeded his expectations. It exceeded my expectations. And I'm sure it exceeded everybody that watched tonight their expectations. Your final thoughts of the race tonight, Robert?
Yeah, definitely a much better event than I thought we would see tonight. Lime Rock, it offers some good entertainment, like I mentioned, kind of like a bull ring of the road course world. And we saw some great battles all throughout, beating and banging, and lots of good passing and battles for the leads. So definitely a good night here tonight, and I look forward to seeing what these guys bring in future weeks.
It's going to be an absolute blast, and as Jeff just mentioned, will not be a Fast Fridays next week, so everybody go enjoy Thanksgiving with your families. Go be able to enjoy all of that, and just be with your families and be thankful for what you got, because I'm telling you right now, folks, you could have a whole lot less than what you have. But folks, that will do it for us tonight. We'd like to thank race sponsors Maconi Setup Shop and Maconi Competizone. Calling the action tonight was myself, Jake Reeves, alongside Robert Hill in the booth with the bearded sim racer Ryan Bauer producing. Thank you to all the viewers for watching tonight's racing action, and we hope you will stay tuned to all our social media pages for the next Fast Fridays race. And don't forget to tune in every Monday night for the C-Fixed Truck Series. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you at the Checkered Flag.